Do aliens exist? Join me as we embark on a quest to uncover the truth about extraterrestrial life. From the vast expanse of the universe to the latest scientific discoveries, we'll dive deep into the fascinating world of space exploration. Together, we'll ponder the possibilities of alien civilizations, pondering whether they're like us or something completely different. But we're not just relying on speculation here. Through the lens of science, we'll unravel the clues and examine the evidence that hints at the existence of life beyond Earth. Get ready to expand your mind and open your imagination to the wonders of the cosmos. So, are we truly alone in the universe? Let's find out together. Join the conversation by liking this video and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more captivating space-related content. Today, I've got some mind-blowing insights about alien life to share with you all. So let's kick things off by asking a big question. What exactly is life? Well, if you take a look around our beautiful planet, you'll find life in all sorts of shapes and forms. From towering trees to tiny microbes, and from buzzing insects to majestic birds and humans, Earth is bustling with life. Now, when we talk about living things, we're usually talking about creatures that move around or grow in some way. In simple terms, scientists define life as anything that can eat, breathe, grow, reproduce, and react to the world around it. Basically, living things sense their environment, gather resources, use those resources to grow or make more of themselves, and then get rid of any leftovers. Now, some living beings are more active than others. Even plants can move, like when they turn toward the sun or spread their roots. So when we see things doing stuff like this, we label them as living. But there are tricky cases like viruses that blur the line between living and non-living. Viruses are so simple that they lack the ability to reproduce by themselves or to metabolize. Instead, they get cells they infect to do that work for them. Are viruses alive? They certainly have proved devastating to other populations of living things, and we can definitely think of them that way. But it's a debate that still rages on in the scientific community. So although there are certain qualities that are fairly universal for living things here on Earth, we must be careful about how we go about defining life. For instance, most living things on Earth make use of water to function. It carries important nutrients around our bodies and is so vital for all life on Earth that we consider the absence of water to be a serious red flag if another planet doesn't have it. But if an alien was somehow able to exist by pumping liquid methane through its body instead of water, would that stop it from being a living thing? Probably not. So let's keep an open mind. But roughly, let's define life as those things that seek out resources, grow, and reproduce. Still, although it's good to keep our starting definition general, we can actually predict with some certainty what we expect to see when it comes to alien life. Scientists and science fiction writers throughout the ages may have imagined all manner of living things, from little grey men to sentient rock monsters, and even aliens made out of pure energy. All of these are possible, even that last one, which may sound speculative, but renowned astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson did say he wasn't opposed to the idea. But not all of these are equally likely. How do we know? It's all thanks to one simple principle. Form follows function. As you look down at your own body, even if you do not know what all of it does, you are an incredible example of optimization. You likely have 2 hands complete with fingers and opposable thumbs, ideal for grasping tools and performing fiddly, delicate operations. You have a digestive system that is capable of taking in matter, extracting nutrients, and using them to build up or repair yourself. You have legs for locomotion, a brain for thinking, a heart that will on average pump 2.5 billion times across your lifetime without breaking. All of these parts of your body perform specific functions that have been honed over millennia to be really good at what they do, even if you don't feel it sometimes. You are an example of the form following function. Thanks to natural selection and random mutation, nature is really good at figuring out what works. When Charles Darwin was voyaging through the Galapagos Islands, he noticed that different finches had different shaped beaks. After observing them for a time, Darwin noticed that the finches with larger, more heavy-set beaks ate different types of food than finches with smaller, daintier beaks. In fact, a large beak was ideally suited to breaking open tough seeds or nuts, while the smaller beaks were more suited to getting in nooks and crannies for grabbing insects. This observation was the basis for his well-known theory of evolution. In this theory, thanks to genetic variation and competition, nature is constantly trying out new things to see what works, and there are certain things that give you an edge. For instance, thanks to all the light that was bouncing around from our sun, organisms that evolved to take advantage of this by developing sight had a big advantage over organisms that did not. They could find food better, avoid predators, or generally navigate their environment. So useful is the sight that nature did not just come up with it once. We believe the eye evolved independently about 40 times over the course of life on Earth. 40 different species that previously could not see evolved eyes. This is called convergent evolution, and eyes are not the only example of it happening. Bats are not related to birds, and yet both developed wings to fly. And speaking of bats, both bats and dolphins independently evolved echolocation to help them see in environments where light was not so plentiful. Photosynthesis has arisen dozens of times. Koalas have almost identical fingerprints to humans. This happens because there are some selective pressures that are simply universal. Everything that lives needs to gain nutrients, grow, and reproduce, and as a result, like a plant bending its roots around rocks to find softer soil, nature is good at figuring out the best way of getting what it needs. So, as we wrap up this journey through space and the mysteries of life, remember this: the universe is full of surprises, and sometimes things just work out the same way more than once. Imagine aliens out there, maybe not so different from us after all. It's a wild thought, isn't it? But now I want to hear from you. What would you do if we discovered life beyond Earth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you want to keep exploring the wonders of space with us, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more mind-blowing content. Until next time, keep looking up.